Hello, scholars. So today we are going to begin to really work towards climbing up our ladder here on this target. Okay? So, our learning target from last week and for this week as well is that we are learning to identify historical symbols and explain their importance to American culture and identity. And I know that can sound like a lot, right? That's why we climb up the ladder. So, when we go to our scale, which is our ladder, first, we need to explain how the United States was created. And we worked on doing that all last week, right? By learning about the Constitution and the Declaration of Independence. So we are already there. Now, it's time for us to explain what a symbol is. So, I want you to take this time now to think, what is a symbol? Hmm. Please pause the video, and once you are ready, hit play, and we will go over what a symbol is. All right, so if you're back, then that means you've thought about what a symbol is. And I'm going to tell us that a symbol is something that means that means something important to a person or a group of people. So, American symbols are things that have special meaning to American citizens, right? So, now we're going to work today on right up here, you're really going to begin to work on identifying historical symbols, okay? Today, our focus is going to be on identifying. Tomorrow, you'll get to work more on explaining their importance to American culture and identity, right? So, in other words, just their importance to American citizens and why what they stand for is important to Americans. So, today, you're going to go on to Seesaw. The Seesaw link is right on Google Classroom, and it's called American Symbols Day 1. Today, you're going to travel mostly on the East Coast to learn about different American symbols. So you'll click on Add Response, click your name, and it's going to take you here. Now, it's very important that you pay attention to this on the side here because we have 5 symbols today that we're learning about. First, we have the American flag, and when you're done reading about that, then you'll go to the Liberty Bell and just keep going. All right? So, this you probably were able to say right away. Oh, I know this. This is the American flag. So, you have identified historical symbols. Now, you aren't going to actually have to explain their importance today, but it's still a good idea to think about it. Okay? So, if I read this one, the American flag. In 1776, Betsy Ross was asked by members of the Continental Congress, which included George Washington at the time, to sew the first American flag. Betsy Ross was honored by this request. The first American flag consisted of 13 white stars on a blue background and 13 red and white stripes, which represented the 13 American colonies at the time. The American flag was officially adopted on June 14th, 1777. Over the years, the amount of stars of the flag has changed to include 1 star for each of the 50 states, but the 13 red and white stripes have stayed the same to continue to represent the original 13 colonies. The colors of the flag are also symbolic. The red is for valor and bravery, the white stands for purity and innocence, and the blue stands for perseverance, vigilance, and justice. All right, so this very symbol here is maybe one of the, if not the most important to American culture, right? This is our flag. And we already knew about what the stars and stripes and what that meant. But now we know this greater meaning too, where the colors stand for red, valor and bravery, white, purity, and blue for perseverance, vigilance, and justice. So this flag here is not just a symbol of being proud to be an American, but also of the things that we find very important as Americans, right? Some of our values: bravery, purity, perseverance, and justice. Okay? So, again, you are working to identify these historical symbols mostly today. And we know that these are things that have special meaning to American citizens. Like this first one, the flag has special meaning. And then tomorrow, we're really going to work up here, explaining their importance to American culture and identity. All right? Okay. So all you're doing today is exploring these symbols. You might not have time to get through all of them today. That is okay. I just want us to really start to just be thinking about it today so we can get ready to take it to the next step tomorrow. Okay? So you're going to go on Seesaw, do as much as you can before Miss Hazel closes breakout rooms, and get to work, scholars.